What's going on, friends? Welcome back to the Griswold Trading YouTube channel. Thank you guys for joining me today. Again, today we're going to go over a SPY trade it's very simple. This is a strategy that I use every single day. It's how I trade off of the 15-minute chart and the 5-minute chart. Those are the only two charts that I use to complete my trades. Triggers and targets get set on the 15. Then I manage my trade on the 5 because it reduces my risk, allows me to manage my risk and mitigate my risk the best way I possibly can. Doesn't mean you have to do it, but this is what I use for my strategy every single day. And this strategy is the Strat. Okay, it's created by Rob Smith, RIP Rob, passed away really recently. And he gave us this strategy, and it's changed my trading trajectory and how I trade, and I know it's done it for thousands and thousands of others, and I know it can do it for you as well. So we're going to go through that trade. So this screen that you see is TradingView. If you're new to trading, if you're just starting, if you're a future day trader, if you're a current day trader, I don't care. If you've never used TradingView before, this screen here, tradingview.com, there's a link in the description below. That'll give you a free 30-day trial, okay? No obligation. It's free. And then if you decide to use their sub-services, you get up to $30 off by clicking that link. So you don't have to do it, but it gives you a free 30-day trial to TradingView. So what we're going to go through, guys, is how I do these setups. So there are a few key points in order for me to take this trade. Number one, I need what's called a 2-up that's finished red. So a 2 candle in the Strat is a candle that only breaks either the high or the low of the previous candle. In this case, we broke the high of the previous candle. So once it starts to come back down, and it doesn't have to come back down, but this one did. So this tells me, because it finished red, that there is sellers in here right now. So I am looking for the next candle to trend down. And so the bottom of this wick right here with this yellow line, that becomes my trigger. That's my spot to join into the trade, to get into the trade, to buy put options. And then for my targets, all I'm doing is very simple. I mark the bottom of the next preceding wicks. Those become my targets. So there. And then these ones are far back. So I can zoom back really quickly to show you guys here. But these lows are all the way here from July 10th, it looks like. Okay? So I had to go all the way back to mark out those targets, which is fine. But we want to have those targets marked out. So I'm going to replay this, and we're going to go through it, and I'll just show you how to manage this trade. So realistically, what we've done, we've set our triggers, we've set our targets on this 15-minute chart. We're on the 15-minute chart right now. So from there, what I do is I go down to the 5-minute chart, because what the 5-minute chart allows me to do is manage my risk the best way I can. It allows me to mitigate risk and protect my capital. So when candles reverse or we come through those targets in reverse, I'm not getting stuck in a trade. I'm not having big losses on these option trades. And I don't care if the trade ends up running later on in the day. I don't care. I'm in this to take my profit. And guys, I'm going to be honest with you. Like those 2, 3, 4, 5, 600% plays that you see, they're not, I don't want to say they're not common. They do happen. But you will be way better off if you consistently take 30, 40, 50, 60% trades. If you can get those, if you can learn this strategy and follow. This strategy is not difficult, but the difficult part is that you have to actually follow the rules of the strategy. And when you're trading with real money, emotions start to come into play and psychology starts to come into play. And you start doing really silly things because you're trading with hope. And if you trade with hope instead of trading with rules, you're going to end up on the wrong side of the trades. So let's look. So this is the trigger that we set on the 15. These are the targets that we set on the 15. But we've moved down to the 5-minute chart. The other thing that is really important that I look for when I'm trading, this is what's called time frame, okay? And this is time frame continuity. So hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly. That's what those all stand for. This is telling me that there's sellers right across this board. High probability trades. Every trade is based off of probability because when the next 5-minute candle opens, we don't know what it's going to do. We can say we think we know based off of probability what it should do, but we don't know for sure. So when I trade, as long as I have these two, the hourly and the daily, because my trades usually don't last longer than 40 minutes. As long as I have this day and this hour in my favor, that's a go signal for me to jump into this trade. If I have more, great, it's a bonus. Just means there's a higher probability of this trade working out in my favor. So if I click to go on the next candle to see what it is, there we go. So we trended up and then we came down. So we are in this trade now. We broke through this trigger right here, okay, in that trade. So that would have been on this trade 41 cents to buy in on the contract on a 439 put. So when I take my contracts, I'm usually getting my strike price 1 to 2 strikes outside of the trigger price. So 439.84, I'm looking for 439, I'm looking for 438, maybe a 440, okay? Something in that direction. So now that we've done this, we can go ahead and mark out our stop loss, because that's really, really important. If you don't have a stop loss, then you're trading blindly, and that's what this strategy does really, really well. And a lot of strategies don't. They don't give you an exit point, an exit pattern, a way to get out of the trade. The easiest thing to do is press a buy button to get into a trade. Anybody can press a button and be right 50% of the time. But when you're not right or you're in the trade, how do you get out? How do you know when to get out? This strategy teaches you better than most strategies. It gives you an exact point where to get out. And there's a bunch of different options to do with it, and we're going to run through them, and you get to decide where that is based on your risk management. So what I always suggest doing is it goes to the top of the previous candle to start. Okay, so we are already triggered. Now we go to the next candle. There we go. So now we've run through target 1 and we've almost reached target 2. So again, if we just stay with that strategy that we talked about and just keep it to the top of the preceding top of the candle, so the stop loss just gets moved down. Then we go to the next candle. Look, now we're through this second target. And at that second target, guys, we were already at 60 cents. This was a 60-cent profit trade at this second target. You could have walked away on this trade at 50%, okay? It was close to a 50%, 46%, or something along those lines. Even if you didn't follow the candlestick rules and the reversals that we're talking about, you were in this trade easy because the strategy gave you a clear entry point. And that's all you need, okay? So now we've got our stop loss. We just moved it down. Now we go to the next one. There we go. We're through the next target, and we've almost tagged that one. So there's 2 things you can do here. You can, and I talked about 3 different ways to mitigate your risk and where you should put your stop loss. So we've been putting it at the tops of the candles as they close. Well, here's another thing. So this top of candle is here, but the target is here. So we can do at a candle reversal, put our stop losses at a candle reversal, or through a target reversal, meaning we come through the target and we reverse back through the target. So because we're already so far into this trade, and we're probably close to, at the bottom here, 75 cents off of that original 41-cent buy-in. So we're almost 100% on this trade. You can just simply do this. Take that target and just make that target reversal. Just because they're so close, it gives you a little bit of extra room just in case we tag that target here and continue to trend down. So that's what I like to do. Now we go to the next candle, okay? We've closed inside bar. So I still would leave my target there. That's enough space there between here and here that I wouldn't put that target to the top of the candle. I would leave it at that target. Let's go to the next candle. Okay, boom, and there you go. There's your big run. We're through the next target. So by the time we got down to the, what are we, 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th target, guys, this target was 103, $1.03. So from 41 cents to $1.03. If you look up here, right here in the top right-hand corner, that's one of the traders in our Discord that took this trade. It was 114% on this specific trade. And it really is that easy. So now what you can do is you can put your target to the top of this candle. You can put it to this target, which I would probably recommend going to there. And if you want to say, hey, listen, I'm so far up in this trade, I'm okay if I get stopped out, put it to this target or this target. But because we originally said we're just going to use the candles to stop us out, let's continue to do that. Okay, so there's the next one. And then all we do is just move that to the top of the next candle. That becomes our stop loss. And then we go into the next one. And there you go. We come up through there and we're done. Okay, that's it for the trade. So that candle stop here was 82 cents. So you went from 41 to 82. It's 100% play by following what the candlesticks told you to do. They showed you where to get in. They showed you where to get out. It was a 100% winner. And guys, this trade took, let's count it out, okay, from where we got in. Even if we count this as a full 5 minutes, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 40-minute trade. Didn't I say at the beginning of this video, I'm not in a trade usually more than 40 minutes? This was a fantastic trade. It was so clean. We talked about it in the Discord a bunch. It was a very, very clean trade. Now, this play, a lot of you guys are going to look at this replay and go back in time and look and say, yeah, but it ran so much further. I don't care. This play could have gone 2, 3, 400%. If you can take 100% on a trade, winner. Okay, you're winning all day long with that. And yes, it might have ran 400%, but what if it didn't? What if you held on hope and it didn't and went the opposite direction and you lost all of this gain here? Okay, that's why we follow the rules. This consistency, continuity, this is what leads you to success as a trader. Following the rules. If the trade doesn't work, you get out of the trade. And look here again, guys. Full time frame continuity outside of the year, okay? That's a key indicator. It's a key part of this strategy. I want to go show you one other thing real quick before we go, because I said I would talk about this other trade that I took earlier today. So it was off of this setup right here. So I'm just going to move this over here. Again, we had this, we talked about the 2 ups, right? 2 up, finished green, but we started to trend down. That became my trigger, okay? Then this candle became my target, and then I believe there was another target a little bit further back. But if we take this replay now, and I'm going to show you, because as a trader, you need to decide where your risk is at. Not every trader is going to trade exactly the same. And so the same lady in the Discord who took that trade and got 114% got stopped out on this trade. I didn't get stopped out on this trade because I let my risk run a little bit more than I normally would. So if we go through, there's the trigger point on the 15 minute. So again, we just go back to the 5 like we had said. And after this trade, I'll just show you in the top right-hand corner again exactly what I did. But so we go to the next candle. There's our jump into our trade, okay? 5-minute candle. We broke the trigger. We're in the trade. The next candle. And so here's where the issue is, and I think this is probably where she got stopped out and ran into some issues. Remember when I said put your stop loss at the top of the previous candle once it closes? Well, look what happens here. I'm going to zoom in. And look what happens. We ran down and then it started to come up. So this is where I said to have your stop loss. Now, if you look, the top of this candle is, what was the high? 440.07. This stop loss was 440.05. And I thought, you know, if it runs up higher, a little bit higher than that, I'll get out. But just because it ticked above and then it started coming back down, I stayed in. Okay, and that's the only reason I won this trade and she didn't. Okay, that's exactly what happened. So we go to the next candle, we come back down. Okay, so again, you can move your stop loss down. And so what happened with me here, and I'll post this up right now. We look up here. I ran into a lot of chop. So I bought in at 37 cents on this contract. And we started running into a lot of chop. It was moving around. And I ended up selling right in here for break even at 37 cents. The majority of my contracts, but I held on to a couple because there was no, other than this little tick above on this outside bar, there was nothing else that told me to get out of this trade. There was no reversal on the candlesticks, like I said, except for that little 2-cent tick before it started coming back down again. So there was nothing telling me to get out of this trade. Okay, so here, right here, we run down and we hit the targets, and that's where we end up selling, okay? So I can't remember exactly what this was. I'm posting this little nub up in the top right-hand corner after the fact, but I think it was another 30% win. And so this trade again, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Okay? 35, 40-minute trade. And that's it. And this is where you get stopped out. Okay? Right there. Breaks above the candle, and you're in a winning trade because you followed the rules and you followed exactly what the candlesticks told you to do. Okay? And that's all you need to do, guys. That's it. It's very, very simple. So if you guys liked the video, please make sure you give me a thumbs up. Comment in the comment section below. If you thought it was a crappy video, let me know. I don't care either way. Comment. If you have questions, you can find me on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. The Discord, guys, it's free to join. Down below in the description, click the link. Get in there. Let's chat. Let's talk about the strat. Let's talk about how to make you future traders and you current traders better overall traders, so you get to go to complete your goals, your dreams, your accomplishments, so you don't have to work that 9 to 5 anymore. So this can be your 9 to 5, and your 9 to 5 goes to 30 minutes, okay? It can be 8:30 to 9, or, you know, whatever it is, 9 to 10. That's your new 9 to 5, a 1-hour workday, guys. That's my goal here, to get you guys, all of you guys there, by following this strategy. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you are subscribed. I put out videos for free every single day. Thank you guys. Good luck in your trading journey. Ask me questions if you have them, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.